right.
You're buying me a Tetarek if your team loses.
Sure.
Okay.
It's a deal.
Quick you, Secret or Execration?
Secret for sure. There's no way to control both Ember as well as Lifestealer. Not enough stuns to go around.
All right. Everyone against Gareth. We'll see how that's going
Tetarek,
to turn out.
folks, everyone!
We'll see.
No,
we'll
no
see,
pressure,
Gareth.
what?
But
Oh,
without
God.
head over to our casters for all the action in game number 1.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Yes, I am here, Toby1, joined by Winter for our grand final of the ROG Masters. Team Secret versus XCTN. I can't wait to see what's going to come out this game. Obviously, we were all talking about this over our breakfast. It had to be Secret. They're the clear favorites coming into this one. Execration, Winter, do they stand a chance?
I mean, that's based on yesterday's performance. Like, their each individual semi-final performance, I felt like Secret were much more convincing compared to Execration. They were really, really shaky in their match against eHome. But, you know, this series, I kind of feel like Execration's lineup is easier to execute in terms of the laning phase. They have a very solid laning phase. They can take towers, and they have a really good team fight with the Naga Siren Song. But I do agree with the panel, they do not have enough catch for the Ember and the Lifestealer though. If they get huge in this game, it might be a problem for them.
Puppey's venturing back from his little warding mission. So the early wards that get planted out. One defensive, one aggressive out from Team Secret. So they're just wanting to watch XCTN's jungle more than anything else.
Yep. Look at this ward for XCTN. I think this ward is probably the most important ward here. Right around the cliff there. They need to see the ganking from the Enchantress. They need to make sure that the lanes are safe from Enchantress, because he's going to be the biggest problem in the early game for XCTN. They don't have like good supports to kill off the creeps like a CM or Witch Doctor.
Looks like Rappy is trying to do something about this bottom room, but at the end of the day, Highlight we've seen what he can do with his Warlock previously. They're not going to take any chances being zoned out, but this can be the dual lane for XCTN, so Timbersaw plus Undying to work heavily.
Oh, good luck with that.
Instead of using the Batrider, because we're looking for the Batrider, right? But
yep, but Batrider mid is like also a very good matchup against the Ember Spirit. They were kind of expecting that as well. And if you're drafting a lineup around the Naga, you want to have heroes that can make a lot of space for you, and Timber and Batrider are both heroes that can create a lot of space. And they have a lot of wave clear, so you can always constantly push the creep waves out and make it very difficult for the Warlock to utilize his ultimate to push towers.
I'm wondering if MidOne really thought he was going to have the Batrider in the mid, mainly because he didn't pick up a stick charge at all. So it's just a straight PMS.
I think it's fine though. Like his build is more or less fine against the Bat. You still want to have the PMS to tank up against the right clicks of the Batrider. The stick can come later, but I think his build is fine for the lane.
Rappy's really trying to keep on top of Pylai as well as MP. Keeping him back off the lane. Timbersaw already is very happy going up against the Lifestealer, so he's got no issues with that.
Dude, Timber and Undying, where's your strength, Lifestealer?
He doesn't have anything. At least he can heal up quickly when he gets Shadow Worded if he's low on life.
I'm looking at both the safe laners. This safe lane of Secret is going to have more problems than XCTN safe lane right now. Like, the Enchantress so far has dedicated her time mostly to jungling, hasn't really made her first move yet. She has a Tornado, like a Wild Wing Reaper at the bottom lane to help up the Lifestealer. Like, Puppey recognizes this lane is going to be super difficult for MP, dealing with the Undying plus the Timber.
So he needs to help out here, which isn't really what Puppey's style is. Like, Puppey, whenever he places the Enchantress,
he doesn't
looks
have
more
a
towards
choice
the mid.
though. Like, the lane is just going to be too difficult for the Warlock and the Lifestealer to handle. He needs to be able to make some room for the Lifestealer so that he can farm.
He's actually bringing in a lot of DPS, so this is more of a kill kind of build. He's going to smoke, but it is right on top of the Dire Observer ward.
Both the wards of Execration going to scout out any Enchantress movements in the early game, like the top one and the one in the jungle. They are really putting a lot of emphasis into the rotations from Puppey. They understand that their early game's problem would most likely come from Puppey. So very good warding here from XCTN in the early game.
Also good rotations too, because now that Rappy, it looked like he was second guessing if he should do it. This is normally the better angle to come in from around the back, Puppey.
This is difficult, not that easy for...
MidOne needs to get the lock off, and he's going to do it. There's a Searing Chain for the double Hadouken. Gabby's dropping low, and it's MidOne who will secure the first blood. The rotation was there, but not enough support.
He was really far up though. I was like expecting him to be a little bit behind, nearer to the tower, since they already saw the smoke. And Undying wasn't like purposely trying to break the smoke though. He was like hiding behind the trees, you saw. Like he probably should have been on the high ground around the left side, so he breaks the smoke. So I think the Undying maybe could have done a little bit more there for the Bat Rider.
And now Puppey is looking to go again. He's still got the double enchanted Satyrs up. As that heavy burst damage that the Bat Rider's just not ready for. But MidOne almost feels like a bit of a bait. He just got no way to close the distance. With no Sleight of Fist, he went for a 2-0-2. Doesn't have his spirits up just yet.
He has a lot of napalm stacks on him though, so he's really slow. It's very difficult for him to just run up and get the searing chain so that Puppey can come in with his creeps. But I mean, so far Puppey is just helping him out, getting the Ember some space to get last hits, so it's fine, even though he's not getting kills. But the trade-off would be DJ getting all the space in the world in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Timber doing Timber things. Creep skip it out once he got the 2 points up and reactive. A 1-1-2. Top lane, a little bit of trouble for KZU. Albed's really getting into it, but no ensnare. So he doesn't have that control. He went for also a 2-0-2. No control points for now.
I mean, right now for both teams, if Enchantress is not putting pressure, XCTN will be happy with that. They are more content with getting levels, especially on the Jakiro. As a 5 support, you basically just need your levels. You want to be able to get to your level 7 ASAP, then you pressure towers, and you're going to make space for the Naga to farm.
I'm interested to see Secret's response to that too. When Chemo is ready to start pushing, he's gone 2 points up from Breathe 5 now. So he's more on the lane. DJ, yep, there's your runaway to the tree line. But Puppey, a lot of support, Undying, trying to help him.
Fine.
DJ starts the TP, and he is out and away.
Poor Manchu and 2 points in reactive. That's too difficult of a kill there. Unless the Enchantress has a disable creep, which she has 2 Satyrs, which is not going to be able to stop that TP. So good presence of mind there by DJ, realizing that he's not going to be able to die. So runs to the side shot, gets a TP, gets out of harm's way, and gets back to the lane after.
Is Kenzo actually probably one of the very few heroes that can go up against a Jakiro, just because of like the base regen that the Nyx Assassin has?
Yeah, he's really good at dealing with Harris like that. Nyx just being able to sustain longer than other offlaners, but I think his job this game, well, all in all, is just to get his levels and start to roam with the Nyx, possibly with the Lifestealer. So right now, I think he's getting more than enough. Like he's really happy with what he's getting from the lane. If you look at the other offlaner, DJ definitely getting a lot more because he's a Timber, more last hits. But actually, they are both around the same. Like Nyx is 20, DJ is 23, but if you look at the carries, Lifestealer is getting less than the Naga by a little bit.
Just a little. Nyx Assassin up a little bit too far too. Now maybe Abed looking for the body block. KZU needs to create a little bit of space, able to do it with the Impale. This gets him away to safety, and that's his last consumable now being triggered.
And Puppey is really dedicating so much time in helping all the lanes. He was at bottom lane, he went mid, and now he's going to head towards top lane. Like he's not playing like the greedy Enchantress. Sometimes we see him like really focus on power farming, but this game he realizes that he needs to be able to help the lanes because the lanes are not going too well for them.
MidOne's on the hunt with the Invis rune. He scouts out the very large stacks which prepared by XCTN.
Tasty.
Yeah, especially if Puppey can get himself a Satyr. Not a Satyr, one of the
Wild
Wild
Wing
Wings.
Ripper.
You're gonna be able to just leech that out.
That's going to be, I mean, Bat Rider's going over for it right now, so unless they can get the Enchantress over with the Dark Troll Summoner with the net plus the Storm from the Centaur.
But you have to realize this. Like, you scattered out the stacks before. The Observer Ward from Puppey.
The Undying just needs to come over to secure the stack for the Bat Rider. He just needs to be there for that.
Here comes Puppey. He'll say hello. You brought in Chemo, you brought in Undying, so both the supports making sure Gabby gets what he wants. They go for the dual breath, but Puppey's army is still making the difference, and in fact, with the trap, Bat Rider, Ember jumps forward, Siri changes out, Gabby's in trouble, Spirit's forward! MidOne will chalk up the second kill now.
He got like most of the creeps as well. Oh, that was really, really bad for Gabby on the Bat Rider. That is a huge blow there.
Yeah, that team fight doesn't even capture everything.
Just
you look at the net worth.
Look at the net worth. Oh my god, he's like so much ahead of the Bat Rider right now. 1500. That is bad news for XCTN.
So with this huge injection of money onto MidOne, do you try and play positional? Do you go for the early BTs? Or is it worthwhile going for, well, what else? You know you have to deal with the illusion, so you want to get the Battle Fury at some point.
I think he's going to go for like normal, like just get the BTs first, then get the Battle Fury after.
Gabby, can't get the lasso.
I mean, it's really difficult for Bat Rider to get lasso on Ember Spirits, mostly, because of the chains, plus the Remnants at some point. So if the Ember gets out of control, like I said, this game, XCTN do not really have super good ways of catching up apart from the song plus the ice path. Apart from that, it's going to be very difficult for Gabby on the bat. He's currently getting initiated on.
Yeah, and he's going to go down as well. MidOne already there to find the kill.
And Puppey is just babysitting MidOne so much and setting up kill after kill, move after move for the Ember. They are really just focusing on getting this Ember, like his very good start. And dude, look at this, 8 minutes boots of travel on Ember. Dream start.
That it is.
Look at top lane after this. They might set up a kill on Naga. With the boots of travels up on MidOne, Nyx just needs to initiate with a stun on A-Bat and BT's in. That's going to be a free kill onto the Naga Siren.
You can slow her down, keep
He's
that
just
relic
yeah, he's just deeping into the lane, so Nyx wants to gank right now with his Vendetta. Vendetta plus the Arcane Boots already acquired on Kazu. That's all you need for the early game on Nyx. And he's on the hunt right now. A-Bat, 650 HP, Jakiro around. Not that easy of a kill there for the Nyx.
He's still wanting to have a little bit of help. The sentry ward from the dire side's a little bit further down, so Kazu just can't walk into that circle or else Gabby's going to realize what's going on. But Vendetta's still got another half duration. Now Puppey brings a little bit of extra help. It's the troll trap to start with.
Just annoying.
Kazu, he's in range of the sentry now. Gabby knows Spike Carapace lines him up for the extra stun with the mana burn. Where's the damage? Does he have enough? Lasso is out, the Enchantress creep, and now Impetus from Puppey will reach. The Spirit from MidOne was also coming into support, so there was no way Gabby was getting out of that one alive.
That was very good from Puppey there. He baited the Bat Rider to try and kill his creep, and
Spirit jump with Searing Chains, he gets it. Chemo can't get away. Team Secret starting to walk all over XCTN as they now look to take down the tier 1 tower in mid.
well, like I said, if you're XCTN, you're very worried in the early game, the first 10 minutes. Worried about the Enchantress ganks, and here we see here Puppey just making so much happen, especially on the mid lane, allowing the Ember to have such a good start. This Ember is going to be a huge problem for XCTN. They do not have good catch against him.
Well, they need to find some way to try and slow him down at this rate.
Oh, I don't think they can though. I think the best option they have right now is to make sure that their Naga is going to be fed as well and try to focus on playing the long game. I don't think there's any way they can use this Jakiro to finish the game early. The early game is just too difficult for them. Like, it went way too bad for them. They're going to have to draw out the game.
And with no initiation from Gabby, with Naga not having any space because Gabby's still farming up whatever jungle they can secure.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem. But even if you go into late game, Ember with Battle for it does deal with the illusions well, and you have Enchantress to steal the Naga illusions. Secret have very good ways of dealing with the illusions later.
Case is hoping someone's going to be silly enough to come to that tier 1 tower, but XCTN playing smart. They get the best possible trade out they can.
Yeah, this Bat Rider is going to have a very hard time. He not only has to lasso the Ember or the Lifestealer, he has to deal with the Carapace from the Nyx. It's going to be a huge problem. You're going to need Blink, you're going to need a BKB, then you want a 4-star for Yules.
That's a lot of money for...
And your stack got stolen.
Here's to jump out, they're all waiting for it. Kazu, the delivery boy.
This is just, I mean, standard stuff from the Nyx plus the Lifestealer.
MidOne's also looking for a chance on DJ. Searing Chains is out. Tipper Chain up from Timber. He is down to half HP, but MidOne's not going to force the issue any further.
Yeah, even the Timber is also very worried about the Nyx. He's going to have to be really careful against the Carapace, the Mana Burn. Like the Nyx pick here is going to be really, really problematic for the Timber and the Bat Rider. Even the Naga at some point when you have the Radiance, he's going to be able to set up kills on you with the Carapace very well. Yeah, right now for Secret, they are really putting out a lot of pressure on XCTN. That's what you want to do against Naga. Before she gets her Radiance, you want to take control of the map as much as possible. Because once the Radiance comes up, then it's going to be very difficult.
The Rock, they drop the Chaotic Offering right on top of the Timber Saw. He chains away DJ. Maybe with a slow. MidOne, he's going back in again. One charge, a Spirits forward, finds the kill, but Rafi and Gabby gonna try and punish MidOne if it is possible to do. Where's the support, the lasso? They hold the Ember Spirit in position. It's a big kill if they can take it. The sticky napalm charges. Maybe there's some extra life. One charger starts the TP out. Where's the damage? Where's the life? MidOne! Away to safety. At the same time, Jakiro went down in the mid lane to the Enchantress.
What a player. He knew his limits and knew exactly how long they needed to kill him. So very well done there by MidOne, getting the kill on the Timber and getting out as well.
XCTN must have thought they had that, but you're fueling his fire. The one charges were kicking off with every sticky napalm.
He has to thank Puppey a lot for giving him such a good start. Without that good start, I don't think Ember would have been able to do that.
And Puppey's still been very greedy. Like, he went straight in for the hand of Midas and got another 1,200, 1,300 gold 13 minutes in.
DJ.
They look for the kill on DJ. Support's coming in, but you start to see the impetus damage. A quick chain away, and DJ will survive one charges just for safety.
You know, Toby, that's like the support telling you, guys, I've done my job. It's time for me to farm, you know, get my Midas.
Get the Midas, get all the beautiful damage. It's still, like, I'd love to see the graph at the end of it, because
Yeah.
Puppey, look at the amount of kills.
Dude, they are getting 2 Midas. Warlock is getting a Midas as well.
What? No.
Yeah, he's getting a Midas. They're going to have 2 Midas on both of the supports on Secret.
Well, that's sort of good news for XCTN, because it means you can have a little bit more breathing room before 25 minutes,
Yeah,
but
but
after 25 minutes,
If you
it's gonna be
think
painful.
about the whole picture, like Secret's heroes are not very good at like sieging and ending so early because Ember doesn't siege very well. So the supports are getting ready for a long game against Naga. So Hand of Midas is perfect for that.
KZ would love to set up again, but that's a lot of heroes for just a Nick
Does
to
he have
deal
backup though? Oh, Embers are along the way.
Still a little bit too far out. He's just
running
stalking.
out. He's running out on Vendetta, so not going to be able to chase forward. But he's close to his dagger. I wonder if they're going to go for the triple Midas. Probably not. Probably not.
Wait, you want to see one on the Knicks?
A lot of players do that, but I think this game he just needs to get his dagger and catch. Like some games you do want to get the Midas. He might be thinking about it. I know Kazu is the type of offlaner that focuses a lot on his own items. He puts a lot of emphasis on that. He makes sure that there's always progression. Some offlaners are very sacrificial. They just get the team item, they follow the team, they get the gem, and then they just keep making sure that everyone else farms apart from himself.
But in this game, as you said, like,
Ember?
the counter, yeah, he's jumping in, he brings in help as MP. They look for the kill over on DJ with a sleight of fist. The damage is huge. XCTN will lose 2 out. They'll drop the rock, cancelling Gabby's drag back. And with the Fatal Bonds connecting him, XCTN's got to think twice about fighting with KZ right in the midst of the fight. Spine Carapace stopped up Gabby, and here comes the Ember Spirit. Once again, MidOne. Everybody will stop as they look very tired, having a nap under the Tier 1 tower.
This is really, really bad for XCTN. They're just losing heroes left and right and losing towers as well. You are the team with the Undying Jakiro and you're losing towers. That's super bad news for you.
Oh, there goes your Tier 1. With Rock up as well, they can just force, they can actually do some heavy damage to the Tier 2. And there's not a lot that can really stop them. Tombstone's down, you don't have Undying Ultimate, there's no lasso, even though that hasn't been doing much anyway.
Yeah, like I mentioned, it's a very difficult Bat Rider game.
Yeah.
After the stack got stolen, his game totally became super difficult. Even before that, it was difficult against the Knicks and the Ember, but
It's just the fact he's never had the Blink Dagger.
and he's gonna have it now. Like 60 minutes of very late dagger. And there you go, the second Midas on Secret.
So your 2 supports on Secret get Midases, while your mid-Bat Rider, 16 minutes in, completes his first critical item, the Blink Dagger. There's no drums, there's no nothing else like that.
I mean, he kind of got wrecked by Puppey's Enchantress in the early game. Bottom lane, they are going for DJ again. Once again, Ember plus Puppey on the hunt.
And with a Spirit Jump over, Puppey's just going to kite him out.
This is just getting from bad to worse for XCTN. If the Timber can't progress with items, he can't have the ability to create the space needed for the Naga to farm.
So this is where I kind of feel like the Jakiro also falls off a lot for XCTN.
Yep.
Like he can't offer any support. We saw him just before that kill on bottom lane. He was even trying to battle up against a Warlock to take out the mid tower. It's his primary objective, get that Liquid Fire and bring down the towers, but even that got denied. Like Pilot A was able to outplay him in the mid.
Jakiro is a support where if you're ahead, he's brilliant. You take towers, but when you're behind, he doesn't do anything for you.
Yep.
And right now, there's another Infest gang coming on, Kazu. He has his Blink, just purchased. Biggest target, Naga Siren. If they can kill the Naga Siren, it will be really, really good for Secret. They're going to have a huge stronghold on this game. But
XCTN just smoked underneath the Observer Ward. KZU was waiting. They break the smoke instantly. Sentries are up.
No
but KZU
catch.
blinks away. So the 5-man maneuver and smoke gank soaks up
my
Sentry
God.
Wards.
That is so
lost the time.
That's so frustrating for the Bat Rider. He needs to get a dust on his inventory right now. Like, if the Nyx breaks another smoke, like the smokes are their only hope of getting back into the game. They need to get a pick off, make space for Naga to farm, and prolong the game. If the smokes are not working for them, they don't really have any other way to get back in the game. So they're gonna try again.
They just smoked under an obs again.
What?
Same obs. They've got so many sentries in the mid, but they didn't see the observer ward, which is closer towards the tier 3 tower.
Didn't they smoke around here?
It saw the two heroes just before they went up the ramp, so it was visible.
That is, I mean, they're desperate. They don't really have a choice, Like I said, smokes are their only way back into this game.
At least they get vision. With the observer and sentry they left behind inside their jungle, they see Team Secret, so they understand this smoke gank
They are
has
not
failed.
using their scan though. They have a scan, so they probably should have scanned before. Now Secret is gonna smoke.
Yep, they smoke also underneath dire vision.
Secret is like drawing there. They know that XCTN is around the jungle area. They're gonna move towards that area. Gotta jump with the Nyx or the Ember. Then the Warlock Golem will follow. The fight will be super difficult for them. Doesn't even want the courier, he just wants the heroes.
It's the sentry ward. You're looking for couriers
Oh,
only
got stuck
at the
in the tree.
moment, and he doesn't see him. Heizu, he doesn't have a way out unless Chemo's going to give him macro fire, but that won't happen. It's down to bottom lane. Arbed, Song of the Siren, he'll also be able to get out. There's no disable, there's nothing that will stop this.
And Undying managed to TP out as well. MP went on him with the open wounds, but wasn't able to finish him off before the TP completed. So, crisis averted, 11-0 to Secret. Radiance finally is online for Abed. Let the games begin, Toby. The Radiance.
Really? Is this where the games begin? I've seen the games beginning when MidOne doesn't care. He BTs into the lane and then Spirit straight back out again.
It begins for XCTN with the Radiance.
Okay.
But it already begun for Secret a long time ago.
Path to victory is this? I understand.
The road to recovery. So he's gonna need 10 minutes of farm, bare minimum for the Naga. 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll see whether Secret can take the Roshan, remove the two last tier 2 towers on the map for XCTN. Those are their two immediate objectives. And then Roshan, and then high ground. It's not going to be too soon. I think XCTN will have some time to farm before the push comes, but not much. They might have to get a gem on the Naga as well. Like Naga gem is really good, so that the Nyx cannot gank you. Because like, the way I can see Abed dying is the Nyx following him and starting the fight with a Carapace and killing him after that. Here comes the Nyx coming into enemy territory, and all the lanes are pushed right now for Secret. Bottom lane pushed out, mid lane pushed out as well, so they're gonna try to force a tower here in the mid lane. And MidOne picking up his dagger. Great item for Ember. Positioning tool.
XCTN. With the Bloodstone up, they'd like to have a really
finally.
good fight with this, but
Finally.
they don't want to get caught out.
I mean, they can still rely on the Song plus the Ice Buff. That's a really good way of initiating a fight. If Secret makes a mistake, they clump up too much, they might fall for that. So team fight wise, there's still one way for Execration to find a good opening if Secret clump up. They need to get the timing perfect and land their Ice Buff. I mean, it works with the Tombstone as well, so very good combination.
Where's the opening? Nyx Assassin's running over.
Yep, Secret are really cautious with their movements.
They have a sentry, they see him, but it won't matter! The initiation is absolutely perfect, the Rock will follow in as well. XCTN already down 2, the Song of the Siren will trigger off Rappy, needs some space, he's gonna live. As they're all TP out, oh, that Slider Fist,
Oh, he died!
The Song of the Siren, he TP out and then the Slider
The
Fist.
slide, because if you cast the slide during the duration, and even if the target goes out of the AoE, he still gets hit by the slide.
Oh,
You can't escape it. So he still got clipped by
the Undying need to TP first.
Yep, they sort of TP'd a little too slow on Undying there, and bad news for XCTN, losing even more heroes. I mean, the only good thing that happened was at least Naga didn't die. He's their only hope in the game right now for them to be able to win. And Puppey gonna find the real Naga here. Doesn't really have any backup. No, Ember's coming in.
Yeah,
they might go for
he's
Abed.
got a lot of backup. There's a life stealer inside that Ember.
I mean, this dagger is allowing the Ember to just close distance so rapidly with the life. They're using the life stealer bombs very well. Like their team player is really good and on point.
I was actually wondering like who's going to combine it with this life steal and Nyx Assassin as well as Ember. They both
can.
Yeah.
Very mobile heroes. Those are partners that Lifestealer are going to be really happy with. Right now, Tower still remains standing in the mid lane, so Secret are going to march their way down to claim that at the moment. Puppey has a hood, Dragonlance. the two supports on Secret are just massive. It's not only the cores that are huge, the supports are also very, very rich. And for XCTN, it's just the Naga doing well and Timber as well decent. The rest of the heroes are really poor. I mean, just a typical Naga game when you're losing. The Naga's gonna soak up all the farm, your team is gonna suffer.
So everyone just has to sit in poverty
Sit
until
in
Naga
base and wait for the Naga to carry you.
all she can do is try and create space, but right now Team Seeker in a pretty good spot where they just look to go high ground if possible.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to creep skip with the Naga illusions, but Secret, like I said, they have good solutions for that with the Enchantress. She's gonna be maxing her enchant, which is a good option here against all the illusions. You're gonna be able to deal with that. So not that straightforward for the Naga to just remove all the creeps from the lane so that Secret can't push.
Like you can't even say like, okay, well you just turn off the Radiance, you don't have that effect, because like without that effect you only have Riptide to push out the lanes.
Yep. You definitely have to just hope that you don't run into the Enchantress when you're split pushing with the illusions. And they're gonna try to smoke out.
Yeah, but Team Seeker scanned it. XCTN just hit the edge of the scan.
Yep, they're gonna try to bring the Nyx back. Oh, they saw the Nyx. There's an Ops and Sentry here. This is what you want. Ops and Sentry at the entrances to your jungle against a Nyx. You want to see him moving, and that's why XCTN were able to make that smoke play. They understood that there were two heroes not there. And with the scan, like you said, Secret backing off.
Both teams getting all the information they require, but Team Secret are playing this perfectly. Like, currently flawless, 15 for 0. Their lead stretching over 16,000 as well, and
just very
XCTN are finding the openings they're really hoping for.
Very top-class play from Secret, doing every small detail. Everything was done correctly. The scans are used perfectly. The wards, the sentries. Right now the lanes, they have one deep ward in XCTN jungle above, below the tier 2 in top lane, and they're waiting for their next opportunity to siege again. They want to get Roshan plus the towers, the last remaining tower of XCTN. Those are their immediate objectives, but another observer sentry going to scout out the Nyx. So even though they're behind, but XCTN still, placing really, really good vision around the map, allowing them to stay in the game.
Yeah, now they scan just to see if Nyx Assassin's moving in. And yep, Nyx will trigger on the scan. But with the Observer Wall that Team Secret have, it may not even matter because they know that there's two hiding behind the tier 2 tower. Okay, they're already TP'd out.
I mean, this is still really good play from XCTN, despite being in such a difficult position. But they're still making very good plays here to stay in the game. Like, movements are very good. They are just getting whatever space they can get right now, like for the Naga especially and the Timber.
And just prepare everything for high ground defense. If that Timber is somehow able to complete up what I don't know if he's trying to get
he wants an Aghanim,
so you have
so
like the double chakrams.
You have a lot of wave clear. That's what you need to stop the push. But he is still quite far away, I'm afraid, Toby, so it's gonna be a while before that happens.
Yeah, Team Secret are ready to go a little earlier than this.
They're
Enchant up a Naga Illusion, they know that they're smoked up and moving around the front.
Where's the Nyx? Kezu is their primary first move hero. Well, I say he's the primary first move hero, but Ember has been making a lot of initiations for them with the dagger as well.
Abed.
Oh, they see him, they know it's real. Do they have a gem?
No, they don't. Not at least not on the Nyx Assassin. He only just bought a hand of Midas.
Yep, triple Midas. But after the dagger, so I approve.
Is he just... he's guessing by knowing when he's hit by Radiance?
Yep, he was trying to look for the Radiance burn, but not going to be successful since they do not have any detection yet.
They still have their Observer Wards up on top, and finally XCTN are going to do something about this, and they're going to get both of them.
Well, at some point I still think they're going to need a gem against the Nyx, and the best target to put it on is the Naga, with the illusion scouting the map out. So that's going to be one of the important things they have to deal with as well in the next couple of minutes. Bat Rider finally has his blink plus 4 stuff at 27 minutes. And Roshan, so after the 2 towers being removed, they proceed to their last objective outside the map. Getting that big boy.
Are they going to get there in time? With a Bat Rider, you'd normally feel confident, but the Firefly is still on cooldown. Secret aren't...
Not sure though, it's going to be obvious if they come over here.
No, they're not committing that heavily to it. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Secret is actually pretty slow, but they want to fight. So they want to initiate with the Nyx. This is probably the right call for
I
them.
think it's happening. Now it's going to be Rappy, the front liner. MidOne jumps in. They're keeping the infest inside. Now they pop out. Kevin jumps in. Gets the lasso, but the rock from Highlight Eye with the Feather Bonds connecting him. Abed again trying to hold him in position so they can TP out. DJ won't be so lucky. He wants to find the kill on Keizu. Nicely weighted, but still, it's casualties for XCTN. As MP gets a triple kill on that lifestealer.
Such a good decision there by Secret. Immediately after realizing, oh, we're not doing the Roshan that quickly. We need to smoke, and it's better for us to jump them outside of the Roach pit. Since, like you mentioned, the Song could be really dangerous and the Batrider in the Roach pit. So by making that smoke play, they eliminate all the possible ways that they could lose the fight at the Roshan. Top class play there from Secret.
Oh, now you've actually got extra survivability and harder control. Yeah, BKB for MidOne's up.
Good luck killing the Ember now.
It's such a big kill you want. Like he's got look at the kill streaks coming in from all of Team
He does
Secret.
realize the only way they can control him is the Song plus the Ice Path. So if he has BKB, how on earth are they going to kill him?
It's a very good question.
So the gem is going to come on Paladai. That's going to cause even more problem for XCTN. They've been relying on all this like vision they have to, to understand, oh, it's safe here to farm. They're going to be able to push this lane. But with the gem coming out from Paladai right now, probably going to give it to the Nyx. Yep, Nyx has it. Once all the wards are removed, it's going to be extremely difficult for the Naga to split push. And he's going to have a hard time getting his level 16, Getting to level 16 as Naga is really important because of the cooldown of your ultimate. Without the level 3 cooldown, it's going to be very dangerous every time you pop the Song, and it's going to give a Secret a lot of time to actually pressure your towers.
And this is a beautiful sight. 3 Midases all sitting neatly in a row.
Hey, why not? You're up against a Naga. You're not going to end the game.
Yeah, not until the Ember gets a little bit bigger, but they're now looking for an opening as MidOne. Again, becoming the carrier for Lifestealer. But XCTN, they're here to defend. Hey, Timber's almost got Axe. 400. 400. He just needs another couple of creep waves. And then the clearance is there. But I think Puppey, he's sitting on the edge of a scythe.
What? He has a scythe?
He's got the ultimate orb, so I assume it's going to be a scythe unless he's considering something else. Like if he was looking to get like a Lincolns to support off the jump in, then you probably should just get a Lotus Orb instead.
Yeah, probably just scythe. Oh,
Lasso. Yep, there's your jump forward. The Ice Part will hold him there, but look at Puppey. The damage from the side, they slide a fifth and steering chains. XCTN, they want to run, but they just have no legs at the moment. Keizu will drop, so at least Undying will get something here. Gem will get recovered up by MP.
Oh, the courier. They were trying to look for the gem, but Secret killing 3 heroes and the courier. But DJ is going to be up, no thanks to that Bloodstone charge, so he's going to be there. You said 400 go for the axe.
Yeah, now it's 800. He's a little bit further away, plus down to 8 Bloodstone charges. But that's
they're going to need him to work overtime to make sure that they're going to be able to defend his racks.
Well, it's 30 minutes in is when MidOne really does want to fight. And remember, he never had to use his 10-second BKB. Upheaval, going to make it difficult if XCTN want to come close to MidOne and MP. But they just sit so far away. They won't reach him. Melee Rax is lost. XCTN just have to accept this. Question is, how hard does Secret push this? Do they keep going? You now just have that fresh Scythe device, and he does actually have the Scythe on Puppey at 31 minutes. So you've got extra disable.
Puppey is like richer than your Timbersaw. Gosh.
This is our net worth.
Is he even a support right now?
Oh, this is cool. Like this may have actually been an off-lane Enchantress at this point in the game. Just because Puppey got 5 kills in like the first 15 minutes.
He played brilliantly the first 5 minutes. The wards from XCTN did not stop him from doing what he wanted to do. Maybe it slowed him down, like the first rotations didn't work, but he was persistent enough to keep moving and understanding that all he has to do is just make MidOne fat this game, and he's gonna carry the whole tempo of the game.
MidOne's getting bigger now with the Daedalus completed.
Dude, he's just gonna wreck the Naga.
With that, he actually cracks the 20k net worth, first player in the game so far. Everyone else is just on the hunt. Keizu with his Vendetta as well as the gem.
And
I'm
really surprised they still haven't passed a gem on Abed. Like, he's always so scared when he doesn't see the Nyx. Like, with a gem, then he can play much more aggressive, but without the gem, he's always very restricted in terms of how much space that he can farm, because he doesn't see the Nyx all the time. Like Kezu is never going to show himself on the map. He's always going to be in the fog, and you don't see the lifestealer. You have to assume that the lifestealer is always inside the Nyx assassin, so he puts a lot of pressure on the Naga. Like you can't farm as comfortable as you want to.
Yeah, that's when you look for all these illusions to do your vision work too. But for now, MidOne just trying to help get rid of him.
Greaves on Paladai as well.
So you've got the sustain, you've got the team fight, you've got the big area of effect damage, you've got the pushing power.
I guess the next thing you want is probably maybe a pipe onto Paladai.
You've got Puppey already with the Hood of Defiance. He brought it up really early, so it's a simple thing, but I got a funny feeling he may have something else in mind.
Yeah, he's really greedy at the moment. He's like feeling the farm. I'm not going to get a pipe for my team, I'm going to go for something bigger.
Because if he was going to get a pipe, he would have bought it. Like, he's sitting at 1900. More than likely, he might just get BTs and start a split push game.
You know what he could do with the BTs? Like every time you see the Naga illusion split pushing the other lanes, you just BT over and chance steal the illusions.
You just grab one.
Yeah, I mean that would be a good idea for the BTs.
Yeah. Well, Team Secret may not even have to worry about getting to that point. They're already looking to push in. The top lane's got the momentum. And now Lifestealer also has a Daedalus of his own.
God.
Has so much physical DPS that XCTN just won't have an answer to. But they have to. They have to try something. Their top lane and their mid lane are currently under siege.
I think you pray that you get a song that catches three of Secret Heroes, and then you start with the Ice Path.
Well, the Ice Path doesn't control him for long enough, and now the jump in, MidOne, he just goes ham with a blink forward. Remember, he's still got that BKB. The lasso will drag him back out. Does he have a spirit? Yes, he does. So even if you think you've got him, you don't really. The Tombstone being brought down by Puppey. He stood his ground to do that.
Dude, look at that Enchantress. He just stood there and Chaotic Offering.
He's throwing it down. He's trying to create some space, but MP's in rage! Puppey's going to go down.
No buyback.
Paladai will still be brought down, however, but yeah, with no Naga Siren back, DJ's now going to get stunned up. They've lost the Timber. He does have buyback.
Oh, this game is more or less over right now for XCTN. They're on their last legs. They have to try their best to defend this without the Naga. But
oh, they're losing another one. The Hex is out.
This is GG.
There goes your Batrider, and with that, right now, XCTN.
They're going to lose this Rax for sure.
Yep. In fact, they should just lose every Rax at this point. They don't have anything to defend. They expended all their primary abilities. The Naga, with no Song of the Siren, when she comes back up, doesn't even let them set up. At least the upside is you don't have a Warlock, so you don't have like the Greaves or the Chaotic Offering. I'm looking at any bright side right now. There's a silver lining somewhere.
I mean, I guess Fatal Bonds is pretty problematic. Fatal Bonds into the slide.
Yeah,
I can agree to that. Like Warlock still does a lot, but Mega Creeps is completed for Secret here.
XCTN 25-3.
They're not giving up, Toby.
They are not. They are not. They're coming as the underdogs into this game, so you knew it was going to be rough for them to start with, but you kind of didn't think it was going to be this much of a rough ride.
Yeah. Secret just played amazing in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game. Like Puppey is for sure the MVP for this game for me.
How many is he still sitting on? There's still no deaths for the Ember Lifestealer or the Enchantress.
Here comes Execration. It's
yeah,
probably
their
last stand.
roll. The dice already your best jump out. The stuns. It's huge from Nyx with the spike cameras. The side of it. GG it out. Execration just destroyed in a rampage of MidOne. Team Secret take game 1 of this best of 5 in the ROG Masters in a very, very, very convincing style.